Val in Vancouver here. A gorgeous sunny long weekend Monday in Canada. May long weekend. Been out in the sun, been out on my balcony, so it's been a lovely weekend. Finally got out to a garden center with a friend. First time I'd seen anybody that I know face to face in over 2 months, so that was quite nice. I did on Saturday, and I've got some pretty plants on my balcony and some pretty plants in my living room. Hopefully I can keep them alive. I am not an avid gardener, whereas my friend that I went with is, but I will do my best. So today I have planned some more pour-overs. Seems to be what I'm really interested in lately. So what I'd done, I bought these shapes from the dollar store, and the bigger ones are MDF and the smaller ones are wood. And I didn't originally have any plan to join them like I have. I was originally just going to be pouring over them separately, but maybe coordinating colors. And then last night while I was sleeping, I got the idea of gluing this small wood ones on top of the obviously corresponding bigger one, and then we'll pour over them, and I'll pour over on a canvas. So this is a 14 by 14 canvas. So of course, as you can see, we've got the heart. And I do have them sitting on little cups just to make it easier for me to pick up. Afterwards, I probably should have taped off the back, so that's okay. I can always tape paint a solid color on the back. And then of course we've got the little star, and we've got the flower. So I'm hoping that this will create some cool patterns with the paint. What I am using is I'm using all Deco Art Ready to Pour acrylic paints, and I'm kind of using colors that sort of would coordinate with the particular symbol and hopefully look nice together. So for the heart, I'm using pink, and I'm using magenta, and I'm using fuchsia. For the flower, I'm using tropical blue, lavender, and chartreuse. And for the star, I'm using lemon yellow, coral, and maybe just a little bit of black. Don't want too much black because I'm keeping this all bright and colorful, but I think black would be kind of cool with the star. So I think I'm just going to be, not sure if I'm going to be layering these in cups or not, because I didn't plan it that way, but maybe I should. Let me just, or maybe I'll just start pouring. Decisions. Let me think here. Pouring over with cup would be easier because then I can, so yeah, let's do that. It'll take a bit to layer, so if you want to fast forward to this part, feel free. I don't want anybody to feel like they're being bored. So, because it's going to take me a minute to load up 3 cups with layers of paint. So, if you want to fast forward to that, in fact, you know what, I'm just going to put this on pause so you guys don't have to worry about that. And then we'll be back once I get all the cups layered. Okay, we're back, and I've got the colors all set to go here. I had to do a little bit of substitutions. I ran out of the lavender, but I had this other violet color mixed up already, so I decided to use that for the flower substitution. And I decided that the 3 pinks, reddish pinky colors that I had for the heart were too much pink, so I substituted the fuchsia for the sky, or substituted the sky blue for the fuchsia. And then with the star, I didn't have enough black, and I still mixed up my other black, so I added a little bit of this metallic acrylic from Plaid FX called, what's this one called? It's called Samurai Sword, so it's quite a interesting silver, so we'll see what happens with that. I think I'm going to start pouring over the heart first, and we'll go from there. Just going to pour over these, making sure everything gets well covered. I'm going to use it all because I do need to cover the canvas with these afterwards with the left runoff paint. So that looks pretty. I really like that actually already so far. There is of course no silicone in any of these paints. Just make sure that all of that is getting covered. Just gonna move this color out of the way for a second so I can see. Sorry, I just want to move all the way around here without knocking into things to make sure. Perfect. Okay. Let's do the star next. So the good thing about these paper cups that I'm using is I can put a little point in them to make them easier to pour with. Now I didn't mix that silvery samurai sword one with any Floetrol or anything like that because it's kind of thin compared to other colors, but it may be a little too thick, but I think it's okay. It seems to be flowing quite nicely. So I'll make sure I get the star points well covered. Gotta get right down there. And right down here. Amazing how colors sort of get hung up, so to speak, on a section of an item when you're pouring over. Might be this particular piece of MDF of the star here is maybe got a little bit of roughness there that might have benefited from some sanding, but that's okay. There we go. And then just a little spot, I'm just going to reach up and touch this spot. Check all around. Again, just want to make sure everything's well covered. Okay, well, that's those two, and now we will do the flower. Definitely the tropical blue came out strongest in the flower, but I like what it is so far. So now we need to let things sit for a bit, and I will scrape the edges a bit once it gets close to slowing down and move them over to some little cups I have there ready to put them on once they've mostly stopped dripping. So I will give this a minute or two, and then we will be back again to spread it on the canvas and see how these turned out. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. They seem to be mostly finished dripping. I've given them a wipe under the edges, so I'm going to take them off and put them onto the little cups that I have upside down waiting for them here. So we'll do that. Like I said, they are sitting on little cups themselves because I felt that would just be obviously easier to lift them up and get them off of the painting, off the canvas. So these look awesome, these items. I love it. There's a lot of paint on the flower, but I don't think I want to tip it off because I really like the design right now. Okay, now we'll take off our little cups. Them over to the side. I'll wash those cups off and use them for other things. Okay, so there we go. I'm just deciding whether there's enough paint on here to cover it enough, but also just to get things rolling. So bear with me here. Again, I still haven't got around to mixing up my new batches of white and black, so I have none of those left kind of anywhere. And apparently I don't have any of this left either. Let me have a look, see here if there's anything sitting around that I could use instead. Alright, let's just make this start moving. I think we should have enough to cover the canvas. Try and get my hand up there so I don't waste too much. Okay, let me just grab another paper towel. This one's kind of used up. I don't want to totally blend the little patterns, so I don't want to muck it up with my hands. So let's turn this around. And we'll start going this direction. Okay, got that all over my arm. All right, and then let's go down to this last corner. I think more of the blue, tropical blue stayed on the flower than of the other sets of colors, so it's not got as much left to spread. But let's see what we can do here. Okay, let's just see if we can get the pinks to go over the edge here. Just that one spot that I don't really want to touch with my green finger. Just got to get that to go over the edge. Good, there we go. Alright, so I'm just going to turn this around a bit again. And then I'll be right back. Just going to wash off my hand for a second here. Okay, sorry about that. Just want to tilt it a bit more, and I don't want to mix up the colors, but I do want to see if I can get it to spread back that way a bit. So let's see what we can do. Don't think there's much more going to happen with this. Don't know if it's going to move much more. Oh, we'll give it a minute. See what happens. So I think the blue is gone about as far as it's going to go, but we'll hold it up for another minute just to see. It seems to be shifting there where the pink and reds are, but not as much where the silver and that is. Let's see if we can get it to move a bit. If I can get the yellows to move, then the rest should follow. Okay, it doesn't seem to be wanting to move much more. That's okay. I will be fine with that. And I'm just going to wipe my edges here a bit so I don't lose more off than I want to, especially of the blues and chartreuse and that. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a minute. I'm going to do a bit of cleanup, and then we will be back to take you in for close-ups. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So there is the canvas. It may change a bit over time. I will scrape the edges another time or two. Not 100% sure I would like it, but I can always either paint over it or add something to it. But I'm going to let it dry for now. I'm not going to scrape it. We'll see what happens once it's dry and what I want to do with it or not. But yeah, not 100% happy with that. But I absolutely love the stars and the hearts and the flower. So we'll move in for close-ups of those. So here is the hearts, looking very pretty, and of course the edges look awesome too. They're well covered, but I probably be a bit messy on the backs of them, so I will have to paint. But yeah, the hearts look so pretty. Love those. And then we have the flower. So cute. So like I said, the tropical blue did tend to take over that color, although I still think it's gorgeous, but I'm glad that the chartreuse and the pinkenade stayed on top, so I'm really happy with that. And then we have the stars. The stars are awesome. I like the little bit of black in there. I like that you can see the coral, but that lemon yellow is most prominent. But again, the edges of that, the star, look absolutely fantastic too. So overall, I'm very happy with the wooden items, just not 100% happy with the canvas, but that's okay. Like I said, I'll either paint over it, or I will do something to it to embellish it, enhance it, to make it look better. But I'm really, really happy with the wooden objects, which was the whole objective of this pour. So thanks again for tuning in, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you will do that. Just hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload my next video. I do upload twice a week right now, on Sundays, every Sunday for sure, and then usually Wednesday or Thursday depending on my schedule. So look for that, and I hope we'll see you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.